Morning students, I hope you are all doing good. Let us see what we are going to discuss in today's class. Good morning students. In previous class we have seen what about depression freezing point and delta TF is equal to KF into small m. That formula also we have seen. How freezing point will be lowered when we convert that solvent to solution, everything clearly we explained. In today's class we have started with osmotic pressure, but directly before going to our colligative property osmotic pressure, we need to see what is the definition of osmosis. Okay ma? So in previous class that osmosis process will be taken place by taking one equipment which is U-shaped tube. This U-shaped tube is fitted with the semi-permeable membrane, and we have completed what is the importance of semi-permeable membrane also in previous class. That semi-permeable membrane importance is this one, SPM. SPM will allow only solvent molecules. Solvent molecules are smaller than solute particles. The pores present in SPM are smaller and they will allow only solvent molecules. They will not allow solute particles. Okay, clear. Now, this is the initial level of solution. Right side I have taken solution mark. Up to here, this is fully solution. And this is solvent. Solution and solvent are separated by semi-permeable membrane. Solution and solvent are separated by semi-permeable membrane. Okay, everything is okay. This is initial time. Now, when we started the time, slowly time is going on, and scientists observed that water molecules from solvent side, they will move to solution side through semi-permeable membrane. Solvent molecules from solvent side, that means water molecules will move. Here water, let us consider solvent as water here. This water is now moving from the solvent side to solution side through semi-permeable membrane. Then what will be happened to the level of this solvent after some time? This is initial level ma. After some time, this level will be decreased. This is final level. This is final level, meaning up to this much level it is decreased, up to this much level it is increased, and it is stopped here. This movement of solvent molecules from solvent side to solution, or we can tell low concentrated side to high concentrated side. Low concentrated region to high concentrated region is called through semi-permeable membrane. In the presence of semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. Now, once see the definition ma. Before going to that one, I hope you are understanding. Solvent molecules will move from solvent to solution side. We have taken solvent and solution, which is highly concentrated. Solution is highly concentrated because solution only contains solute particles. Solvent concentration is very low. Is it okay ma? So water molecules are moving from low concentrated region to high concentrated region in the presence of semi-permeable membrane. Solvent molecules are moving from low concentrated region to high concentrated region side in the presence of semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. Let us see osmosis definition ma. The movement of solvent molecules from low concentrated region to high concentrated region is called, we have to mention definitely semipermeable membrane in the presence of semipermeable membrane is called osmosis. The movement of solvent molecules from low concentrated region to high concentrated region in the presence of semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. Okay, ma? This is the definition. Now coming to once again this U-shaped tube. Okay. Students generally here correctly, if they observe, they will ask one doubt. In solution also we have solvent molecules. Here also solvent molecules. Then why solvent molecules are moving from solvent to solution side only? Even solution side also water molecules are there. Na? Those water molecules should move from solution to this side, and there should not be any transfer like that. They will feel. But this is not actual process here. We have to take the help of again vapor pressure. Is it okay, ma? Now see. Initial level. This is initial level of solution. At that time, some molecules of solvent will be converted to gaseous state. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 molecules of solvent will be in vapor state. They will apply some vapor pressure. That vapor pressure, let us consider 0.5 atmosphere, for example only. Solution side, because of non-volatile solute, already we know that this vapor pressure is not because of 15 molecules, definitely less only. Here only 10 molecules I observed. Because of these 10 molecules, vapor pressure of solution side. This is vapor pressure of solution P. This is vapor pressure of pure solvent P0. Here the vapor pressure is only 0.3 atmosphere. For example, observe pressure on water is greater than pressure on solution. Pressure on water is greater than pressure on solution. This is initial level. Is it correct? When pressure is high here, this side only pressure will be applied and water molecules will move like this. Even though water molecules are present here also, they cannot come because pressure is high this side. So because of this pressure difference, only water molecules, they will move from solvent side to solution side. Now your doubt is clarified, I think. Because of pressure difference, we can tell solvent molecules, see here more pressure is there, here less pressure is there. So this pressure will push the water molecules to enter into the semipermeable membrane when compared to this pressure. That's why water molecules, they will move from low concentrated region to high concentrated region only in the presence of semipermeable membrane. Okay, that process is called osmosis. Now coming to osmosis definition. The movement of solvent molecules from low concentrated region to high concentrated region in the presence of semi-permeable membrane is called osmosis. Okay, clear. Now we will come to osmotic pressure definition. First, let us see the definition. After that, we will see the explanation. The pressure applied on high concentrated solution side to stop osmosis is called osmotic pressure pi. The pressure applied on high concentrated solution side to stop osmosis is called osmotic pressure, which is represented by pi. That is the definition of osmotic pressure. Let us see explanation now. This is the explanation I gave previously. Okay, ma? Here, actually I have drawn the water molecules now, so it is not possible to explain in the same diagram. Now let us see once again diagram. This is solution and this is solvent. This is initial level of solution and this is final level. This is initial level of solvent and this is final level, decreased. Okay, see here, on final level, on solution side, I kept one piston. Like syringe, we have injection. In that injection, we will apply one piston like that, made with rubber inside. Is it correct or not? Like that, here also one piston I am going to keep. By using this piston, I am applying pressure on solution side. Like this, I hold at the piston and I am applying the pressure. When I am applying the pressure, now solvent molecules will move from solution side to solvent side. Because we are applying pressure, according to that, solvent molecules, they are moving from solution side to solvent side. Here I took, this is final level of solvent and this is final level of solution after osmosis is stopped. Osmosis process will not go on continuously. Okay, when left side pressure and right side pressure are balanced, when this slowly, when this solvent molecules are going to be this side, solvent molecules here decreases, automatically its vapor pressure gets lowered. So when that vapor pressure on left hand side and right hand side are going to be maintained equally, up to that osmosis will be taken place and it will be stopped after that. Okay, that condition here we got, and this is the final level of solvent and this is the final level of solution. On final level only I am applying pressure. At the time osmosis was stopped. Now when we apply the pressure, solvent molecules will move from solution side to solvent side. Okay, till what extent I am going to apply the pressure? Up to this level. I am moving the piston like this, and up to initial level I made. Then solvent molecules will move and this side final level will go to initial level again. Level increases when we apply the pressure this side. So this level reaches initial level. As long as if you keep this piston on this initial level by applying some pressure, this level will be maintained here only. Osmosis will not be taken place. Is it correct, ma? So when we keep the piston on this initial level of solution and we are applying the pressure on this side, how much pressure we are applying, that is very important. That is depending on concentration of solution, it will be varied. Okay ma? Now see, when how much pressure we are applying here to stop osmosis. That means to maintain this solvent at initial level only, we have to keep the piston here and we have to apply some pressure. Otherwise, at once if you open the piston, again these molecules will go and osmosis will be taken place. Is it okay ma? Now when we apply the pressure on solution side, on final level, slowly we are moving down the piston and solvent molecules, they are moving from solution side to solvent side, and solvent level increases and it is going to reach initial level. Okay, up to that level, maintain that level, initial level, here definitely some pressure must be maintained. If you remove the piston, again this level will be gone out. Again it will come to this one. So the difference is there now. The difference in height level to be maintained by the piston. Pressure difference. That pressure, how much we are applying on solution side to stop osmosis. As long as if you apply pressure here, solvent molecules from this side to this side, they will not move. Is it okay ma? For example, here what is the pressure? 0.5 atmosphere. Here what is the pressure? 0.3 atmosphere. Is it okay? Now that difference is there na, that much pressure if you apply on initial level by using piston. That 0.2 atmosphere difference is there na, that pressure difference if you apply on initial level itself on solution side by using piston, osmosis will not be taken place. That pressure required on solution side to stop osmosis is called osmotic pressure. I think you are understanding, ma'am. Now coming to the definition once again. The pressure applied on high concentrated solution side to stop osmosis is called osmotic pressure. How much pressure is required on solution side? How much pressure is required on solution side to stop osmosis? Movement of solvent molecules, so I want to stop by applying some pressure on solution side. Okay, that is called osmotic pressure. That is represented by pi. This is the definition. The pressure applied on high concentrated solution side to stop osmosis is called osmotic pressure. I hope you are clear, ma. If you have any doubts in our doubts clarification session, we will see. Please try to understand carefully. Next, we want to obtain the formula for osmotic pressure. For that, I am going to take the help of gas state. So till now we have seen that. What about the definition of osmotic pressure? The pressure applied on high concentrated solution side to stop osmosis is called osmotic pressure. That is okay. Next, what about the diagrammatic representation and how to understand everything? Is it clear? To maintain the initial level only on solvent side and solution side, that means to stop osmosis, we need to apply some pressure on solution side. That much pressure is required to stop the osmosis. That is called osmotic pressure. That pressure value, it is depending on concentration of solution. Okay, now let us see how we are going to calculate the or measure the formula for osmotic pressure. In gas state, according to gas state, different gas laws we have seen. In that, first law is Boyle's law. According to this Boyle's law, PV is equal to constant. According to Boyle's law, in gas state, PV is equal to constant. Like that, here along with Boyle, one new scientist by name Van Hoff. Then that is called Van Hoff's Boyle's law. In gas state, only Boyle's law we have to consider, but in solutions chapter, along with Boyle, Van Hoff is also joined. Okay, that is called Van Hoff's Boyle's law. According to this Van Hoff's Boyle's law, pi v is equal to constant. Then V is equal to or V is directly proportional to, I am removing the constant, simply I am writing that directly proportional 1 by pi. That means V is inversely proportional to pi. This is equation 1. Next, in gas state we know, according to Charles' law, from Charles' law we have seen that volume is directly proportional to temperature. So here that is called Van Hoff's Charles' law. According to this Van Hoff's Charles' law, same, volume is directly proportional to temperature. Like this, Avogadro's law is also there. Let us see. In gas state, Avogadro's law. According to this Avogadro's law, V is directly proportional to N. Same, here Van Hoff's Avogadro's law. According to this Van Hoff's Avogadro's law, V is directly proportional to N. This is equation 3. This is equation 2. Observe equation 1, V is directly proportional to 1 by pi. Equation 2, V is directly proportional to T. And equation 3, V is directly proportional to N. From these three, by combining equations 1, 2 and 3, by combining equations 1, 2 and 3, we will get V is directly proportional to 1 by pi into N into capital T. This implies V is equal to some constant R we are going to write, that is called universal gas constant, 1 by pi into R into N into T. This pi, let us bring this side, you will get pi V is equal to nRT. In 11th class gas state chapter, I hope you have remembered, ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. Ideal gas equation is PV is equal to nRT. Like that here also, pi V is equal to nRT, where pi is equal to osmotic pressure, V is equal to volume of solution, N is equal to number of moles of solution, R is equal to universal gas constant, and its value is 0.0821 liter atmosphere per mole per Kelvin. R is equal to 0.0821 liter atmosphere per mole per Kelvin. Capital T is equal to temperature. Pi V is equal to nRT. Pi V is equal to nRT. Pi is equal to n by V RT. This V, if it goes to that side, it will be in denominator. Pi is equal to n by V RT. Pi is equal to CRT. Like this also we can write, where C is equal to concentration. Here concentration term is nothing but molarity. M by V is nothing but molarity. Okay, then this value will become pi is equal to CRT. This is the useful formula to do problems related to osmotic pressure. This is fourth colligative property. First colligative property, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Second colligative property, elevation in boiling point. Third colligative property, depression in freezing point. And fourth colligative property, osmotic pressure. Osmotic pressure related formula, pi V is equal to nRT or pi is equal to CRT, where C is equal to concentration of solution. Is it okay, ma? Next, some important definitions are there coming to this related to osmotic pressure, osmosis topic. That one we will see now. See, endoosmosis and exoosmosis. We want to see what is the process called exoosmosis and what is the process called endoosmosis. Okay, by taking one example we will see, ma. See, all of you, let us consider egg. That egg contains outermost shell, means that shell is hard shell. Inside yolk is there, egg yolk. When this egg is soaked in vinegar solution, when this egg is soaked in vinegar solution, what will be happen? That outer shell, hard shell is there, na? It will be dissolved in vinegar. That outer hard shell will be dissolved in vinegar. Don't think that at once this outer shell is dissolved, this egg yolk will come out like that. Don't think that one, because after the dissolution of that egg shell, a hard shell, one thin layer, one layer is there. Even at the time of boiled egg, when we are peeling that shell, along with that shell, some slight layer will come out. Correct or not? That layer is already there. So that layer will be present, in which it will prevent egg yolk not to come outside. Then this egg will become like sponge, like a very smooth one. Previously hard shell is there. Simple. We are keeping that egg yolk in vinegar, then that outer shell will be dissolved. This is not our process called endoosmosis or exoosmosis. For understanding that endoosmosis or exoosmosis, we need to see this one egg, this one yolk, which is surrounded by that membrane. Is it okay, ma? Now, egg yolk containing some solution. We know that that is liquid containing some solution. This outside membrane is there, na, smooth membrane. It is acting like a semi-permeable membrane. The solution present in the egg is yolk. That membrane which prevents yolk not to come outside, that is called semi-permeable membrane. Okay, this is the experiment we are going to do. Let us consider one solution. In that solution I kept this soft layered egg, this one. I kept this soft layered egg in a solution one inside egg yolk. Now I am considering that concentration of solution 1 is greater than concentration of egg yolk. Concentration of solution 1 is greater than concentration of egg yolk. Okay, now we kept this egg inside the solution 1 in a condition that solution 1 concentration is greater than concentration of egg yolk. Then this smooth membrane is there. It is acting like a semi-permeable membrane, SPM. Then here chances of osmosis will be taken place. Then osmosis should be taken place from low concentration region to high concentration region. That means solvent molecules will move from low concentrated region to high concentrated region. Which one is high concentrated? Concentration of solution 1 is greater than concentration of egg yolk. Like that we have taken. Okay, then solvent molecules will come from yolk to solution. That means egg yolk solvent molecules will move from inside of the egg to the outside. This is called exoosmosis. Exo means out. What is meant by exo? Exo means out. When this exoosmosis is taken place in this egg size shrinks. Because inside solvent molecules will come out na, so egg will become egg shrinks ma. This is about the process called exoosmosis. In the same way we can see endoosmosis also. Let us consider a solution, that is solution 2, in which concentration of solution 2 is greater than concentration of egg yolk. Sorry, here less than 1. Already previously we have taken concentration of solution 1 is greater than concentration of egg yolk. Now I am going to take concentration of solution 2 is less than concentration of egg yolk. This is egg yolk and outside solution 2 is there, and this membrane is acting like a semi-permeable membrane, SPM. Now which one is low concentrated region? Low concentrated region is solution 2 ma. High concentrated region is egg yolk inside. Then solvent molecules will move from solution 2 into egg yolk. Osmosis will be taking place here. Solvent molecules will move from outside to inside. Solution to egg yolk, then inside the egg. What will be happened? Egg bulges. Here solvent molecules are moving inside the egg. That's why it is called endo. Endo is nothing but in, like absorption. This egg yolk is absorbing the solvent molecules, like that it will be, that is called endoosmosis. This is called exoosmosis. Solvent molecules will move out, that is called exoosmosis. Solvent molecules are moving out into egg yolk, that is called endoosmosis. With respect to egg yolk we are talking about here. Here water molecules are coming out of egg yolk. that is exoosmosis. Here water molecules are entering into the egg yolk, that is called endoosmosis. This is about exoosmosis and endoosmosis. Next one, isotonic solutions. The solutions which contain same osmotic pressure are called isotonic solutions. The solutions which contain same osmotic pressure are called isotonic solutions. Let us consider solution 1, osmotic pressure is pi 1. Solution 2, osmotic pressure is pi 2. When can we say solution 1 and solution 2 are isotonic solutions? Iso means same. Okay. Pi 1 is equal to pi 2. When osmotic pressure of first solution is equal to osmotic pressure of second solution, then those two are isotonic solutions. Is it okay? Next one. Hypertonic and hypotonic solutions. Hypertonic and hypotonic solutions. The two solutions don't contain same osmotic pressure. Pi 1 is not equal to pi 2. In that condition, definitely one solution osmotic pressure is greater than another solution osmotic pressure. Is it correct? Whether it is pi 1 is less than pi 2 or pi 1 is greater than pi 2, both, anyone, it is okay. Now I am considering that, for example, pi 1 is greater than pi 2. When pi 1 is not equal to pi 2, definitely one is greater than another one. Okay. Now the solution whose osmotic pressure is greater than another solution is called hypertonic. Hyper means high, hypo low. The solution whose osmotic pressure is greater than another solution is called greater than osmotic pressure of another solution. The solution whose osmotic pressure is greater than osmotic pressure of another solution is called hypertonic solution. The solution whose osmotic pressure is lower than osmotic pressure of another solution is called hypotonic solution. In this I took the example pi 1 is greater than pi 2. Then which one has higher osmotic pressure? Pi 1. That pi 1 is example for hypertonic. And which one has lower osmotic pressure? That is called hypotonic solution. The solution which one has higher osmotic pressure is called hypertonic solution. The solution whose osmotic pressure is lower, that is called hypotonic solution. When both osmotic pressures are same, those two solutions are called isotonic solutions. In case of isotonic solutions, pi 1 is equal to pi 2. Okay, ma'am. And final one, reverse osmosis. In the diagram only, as long as we kept piston up to this initial level, osmosis will be stopped. That pressure is called osmotic pressure. Already we have seen. Now I am applying the pressure more than osmotic pressure, down. I am applying pressure greater than osmotic pressure of solution. Then what it will be happened? Solvent molecules will move from solution side to solvent side continuously. When we increase the pressure greater than osmotic pressure also, there continuously it is going on. Means solvent molecules present in solution will move to solvent side, higher concentration region to lower concentration region in presence of high pressure greater than osmotic pressure. Okay, reverse of osmosis will be taken place here. Generally osmosis will be taken place from low concentration region to high concentration region, water to solution side. But greater than osmotic pressure, if you apply down the initial level, then solvent molecules will move from solution side to solvent side. That process is called reverse osmosis. That process is called reverse osmosis. Now we are using RO method, purifiers, all these things. Those are all depending on this RO method only, reverse osmosis method. Is it okay, ma'am? Continuously if you apply the pressure,